So hello everybody, my name is Abhinav Sharma and today I'll be presenting what I made in my 11th standard as my personal project. The theme of the project was evolution of cars and I sort of made a flip book. So if we come down here, we can actually see what the flip book looks like. This is the front of the flip book. It says The Journey of Cars. That was the title that I made. And in the back, I put sort of this cover which had all the small elements of cars like gas and motor and everything. So if you begin with the product, the first thing you have to do is actually open it. It is sort of a flip book, although it's quite hard to explain what it is. So the first thing we see is a very old car, an old type of car, and a very futuristic car or a modern car like the Ferrari. When we open it first, the first thing we see is indication of timeline and the picture of Mr. Henry Ford, a major face in the automobile industry. Now the book in itself has been divided into three parts, one being the timeline, one being miscellaneous parts, and one in the middle. And we would like to begin with the middle part first. Now the middle has been divided in sort of a timeline. It begins from what we had first, which was the steam cars. At the center of every page we have a type of the steam car, maybe a very good invention in that type. And on the sides we have information which anybody who wants to can read. The thing that came after steam cars was electrical cars. And again, you can see more information. I chose different schemes for everything, different color schemes for everything, so that it doesn't look monotonous and stale, instead it look fresh. And then we had our gasoline powered cars. In the middle, we can see the motor wagon made by Mr. Carl Benz. And again, more information at the sides. And then the hybrid cars. Now the hybrid cars is sort of out of place because hybrid cars actually came quite far back. But we see them more in use nowadays, and this is what's going to be the future or the focus of the future. So I put it all the way here, and then of course we have the futuristic cars like the concept car of Lamborghini and the future accessories which will be present in cars. For example, some safety measures. If anyone wants to read them, they can. So that is the middle part. There's plenty of information there. And to go with the middle part, I made a timeline which has also been divided into 5 different parts. So I will just pull the timeline over here. Okay, let's just begin with here. So here it begins with the steam cars, just like it did back there. And in every part that I've made with different colors, they all have their own mini timeline because they correlate, and I couldn't figure out a way to make them go with each other. So in steam cars we have a timeline, then we come to electrical cars, and then we go to gasoline powered cars, then we come to hybrid cars, and then in the end we come to futuristic cars. Now if anybody wants to see the complete view, they can make a pan view and expand it all the way. It worked really well anyway. So that was the timeline, and on the right side here we have accessories and of course Mr. Henry Ford, and if you pull it out we see Mr. Henry Ford giving a quote being if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. And here's some information about him. Of course we know he's the one who invented the accessory the assembly line technology, which has given us the opportunity to bring cars to everybody. Here we see is the social economic impacts. That was also a discipline of my personal project because it has to be interdisciplinary. So this is one of them. This project combined the disciplines of history, socioeconomic, automobiles, engineering, etc. So we have social and economic impacts. It opens this way. There's more information and there's extra over here because I couldn't find space, so I added it. And here are some pictures going with the information that I've added on these pages. If we come to the next one, I sort of have a 3D aspect. Now this was to freshen things up a lot because everywhere we see it's sort of like a 2D vision. The 3D aspects, where it is fun in itself to see, it has some very interesting and hilarious facts. So as you can see, it's like a flower in my presentation. And then next up we have the car accessories, the evolution of car accessories. The cars are different, what we have in cars too. So to read information on these slides, we can pull from here. We have the picture corresponding to the information again. We can see this in the way it happens twice over here, one for brakes and one for heaters and air conditioners, etc. Then more on accessories, we have seat belts, some information over here, shit like this. So GPS and navigation, some more, and airbags, some more information. And the end of my project is the multimedia. I ran out of space, so I had to put the extra one over here. And here we have the bibliography, the sources I used to make my presentation. So yeah, this was my presentation. It took me quite a long time to make, but it was of course a very impressive one, as you can see. I enjoyed making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you.